a quick one. Yeah. Now I'll be showing you what a fair value gap is. Go and read the theory so that you understand it. While I'm saying what I'm saying, you can easily grasp what I'm saying. Okay, I will just mark out what a fair value gap is, and I will tell you the implication in trading forex. Okay, so now, okay, now look at this trade. Look at this chart very well, so that when I make my marks, you know where I made the marks. Now here, you see where I marked on top of the wick of that candle, and then on top of the wick of this one again. Now this is a gap. This thing here now, this in here, all these things here are gaps. This thing in between, inside here, are gaps. Did that make any sense? Let me show you. Here, you see from here down to this place, this is a gap. Now this gap is not supposed to be there. This gap must be filled up. You know, in forex trading, there is what is called impulse and correction. It must be filled up. Now, wherever there is this kind of space, it creates an imbalance, and the market cannot be complete until it's filled up. What do I mean? What it means is that this market that is going down now will have to come up. Let me, yeah, we have to come up. Let me mark it again. The gap, these are the gaps. We have to come up. We'll play. It will play. Oh, it will keep playing. It must come up to fill this gap. If it does, it must come up from here. It may go down. It may go down for a while, oh, but it must definitely come up. So wherever you see this gap, you know, you can find this gap in many other charts. Let me still look for it. So wherever you see this kind of gap, if you notice, this gap is nowhere here any longer. Okay, there is another one that I can see. Look at it here. This is okay. It's not actually a gap. It's almost closed up. See here and here, but it's almost closed up. So it's not really a gap, so to say. Okay, but if you're looking at this first one here, you notice that it's very conspicuous. Okay, and this market must always come. So whenever you see stuff like this, is an indication that this market will buy, and it will take off this imbalance, this gap. Okay, let me look for another gap. Now watch this. This here, this is an imbalance, fair value gap. You see here, this is a gap, this is a gap again. Yeah, from here to here, this is a gap. If you notice, the market did all it did and still came back and took it out before it continued going up. This is fair value gap. So wherever you see this gap, know that the market will still, if the market is going down, if wherever the market is, it must come back to that same spot to take that gap. Okay, now, but what you don't know is when will it come to that place. So this is now where you use other confluences like your trend line, your demand and supply zones, you know, your candlestick chart patterns and what have you, to now determine when and where is when is going to reach there. So there are other confluences, but the fair value gap is now telling you that is a must that it must come to this guy. Okay, then you can now use other confluences to now know when the market is beginning to change, to come, to move. But what the fair value gap does for you is that it's telling you that that market must come here, it must reach this place. So it can allow you to put your SL and TP. Is this clear?